something as small as a towel can send you into a tailspin, that's insanity. That's clinical illness and racism mixed together. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Simone Nicole here. Back at it again with yet another video. And today's video, as you guys can see, it's a little different from me. It's a switch up. I have the podcast mic out because if you guys did not know, I have a podcast called Swipe Talk, where opposites attract, about like so many different things, with my co-host Isabella, and I will leave that down in the description box for you guys to check out if you would like. So I figured since I already had the mic out, I would use it, especially because I need to be able to use my hands to press play and press pause, because today is a reaction video and I am going to be reacting to a segment from a podcast called Two Hot Takes. I know that I made the title and the thumbnail a little spicy, but I am never here to put down another creator. This video will not be mean-spirited in any way. So if you're looking for drama, you're not gonna find it. This video was made because I am an avid Two Hot Takes listener, and I was listening to this episode while I was cleaning, and I was literally screaming at my computer because there were so many different elements of this situation that they were missing, really because they don't have the cultural context. If you guys have never watched Two Hot Takes, it is a podcast where they give their 2 or sometimes 3 hot takes. This was just not a strong enough take. Let's not say it's 2 wrong takes, even though I know I pulled y'all in with a thumbnail. This episode was about the holidays, and this particular story was an Am I the Asshole story. And this person asked, am I the asshole for throwing out my girlfriend's towel? And boy, was I in for a wild ride that I did not expect. I wanted to do this video because it's so much deeper than just the towel, and I feel that there were a lot of things that were missed and a lot of context that these hosts just simply wouldn't have because it's not their life experience. So, you know, being a Black, I had to come in and I had to give a little bit of culture to the conversation. So that's what we're gonna do here today. So if you would like to see my hot take on this story and on the host's hot takes, then please keep watching.
Am I the asshole for unpacking my girlfriend's towel? I, 31 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, have been dating for about 2 years. My girlfriend has beautiful hair that seems a lot more low maintenance than most women I know. She doesn't use all 100 different hair products, nor does she blow dry it.
I'm sorry, I'm making this face because, like I said in the beginning of this video, I've heard this story and then I like forced it out of my brain in order to be able to record this. But now that I know how it turned out, she doesn't use all those products like other women do, and she's low maintenance, just so you guys know. Okay, Brad.
It doesn't take her long to style her hair or anything. However, she always insists on using this special towel to dry her hair. She insists that she can't use any regular towel for her hair. She gets mad if I use her hair towel as a regular towel too.
And this is where I knew, immediately I knew that this was a microfiber towel and that this was a Black woman or a woman with curly hair. I cannot emphasize enough, this is no hate to the hosts. They're all seemingly white people with straight hair, so they probably wouldn't have the context for this. But the fact that she has made it a point, this girlfriend has made it a point to have a towel for her hair that she uses for her hair and her hair only, and you just went on this whole long thing about how she's so low maintenance, but she has this special towel. And then he just said, and she gets mad when I use it for anything else. Well, if you told me that something had a specific purpose and then you used it for something else, I would be upset, towel or not. As you guys can see, I'm already mad. I'm already annoyed, but okay.
She says that the towel should only be used for her hair. She also takes the towel with her when she goes on vacation. I usually don't mind it since the towel doesn't take up much space.
What the hell do you mean I usually don't mind it? Why is it your business? The amount of audacity, because it truly does not matter. You know what? Let's just keep going.
And it is better than listening to a hairdryer all the time. But it's a bit weird because I don't know anyone else who has a towel just for their hair.
And this is where I knew what I was picking up, what he was putting down.
For Thanksgiving, we traveled to see my family. Before the trip, I asked my girlfriend to leave her towel at home since we'll be staying at my parents' house. I didn't want my family to think she was weird or make fun of her.
It was hard for me to be listening to this and to see how blank the looks of all the hosts were as they were reading. I audibly screamed when this happened. And I know that these people don't have the cultural context. But for this person to say, I don't want my family to make fun of her for using a towel that she brought because she prefers to use it on her hair, screams racism. Screams we don't like coloreds. Screams anybody that doesn't look a very particular way is not welcomed here in this house. But okay.
Since we planned to leave early in the morning, girlfriend spent the night at my place. I noticed that she packed the towel she kept at my place in her suitcase. When she was asleep, I took the towel out. She didn't notice the towel was gone until after we got to my parents' place.
When my girlfriend was asleep, I went into her personal property. I took something and I got rid of it. Something that she specifically, I know that she uses and she needs. I specifically went and got rid of it.
I thought it was okay, and my girlfriend didn't seem mad at all during the whole trip. However, when we got back to my place, my girlfriend got into her car and drove off without saying goodbye.
I would have punched you in the side of the head. So a little drive off is real nice. Real nice.
She texted me later saying she's mad at me because of that stupid towel and she needs some space. I keep calling and texting her.
Chad, if the towel was that stupid, then why did you care so much about it? And we're going to talk about why I'm so heated right now, because the towel is so much deeper than the towel.
But she won't respond. My friends think she's being overly dramatic, but my girlfriend isn't that type of person. Now I'm wondering if I messed up.
First
Am
of all,
I the asshole?
this is so weird. This whole story is so weird. One, what is this magic towel and where can I get one?
It's a microfiber towel.
Second of all, why did he unpack her towel? Like, why did he think that it was weird if she'd have this towel in front of his family? I'm so confused by that.
This was where it was starting to solidify that I needed to make this video at this point here. Let's go ahead and keep on listening to some of the host commentary. But honestly, this was the part that started to lose me, because we are starting to hyper focus on why he cared so much about the towel, and we are not seeing that it's a lot deeper than the towel. So let's see.
It just seems unnecessary. It's kind of like a test. Like, oh, is she really going to use it? Does she really need it? But what's the point?
What?
Who is it hurting? It's just a little towel.
Well, I'm just like picturing if I had a boyfriend that unpacked my blow dryer when I went to go see his family. What? Like, why?
And this is a valid point, because it's going to the point of you don't touch someone else's stuff. Like, that's weird. But I feel like there's this huge elephant in the room and no one is seeing it.
I don't get it. And I think it's really dependent. Like, he doesn't say what type of hair she has, but like depending on the type of hair she has, if she has more like curly hair or like textured hair and does like the natural curls and like coifs it.
Yeah, my mom does.
LOL at Morgan calling it coiffing. I think she eventually got to that she meant coiffing, and we don't coif, we scrunch, because she's doing like this. So I think that she's trying to say like when curly girls scrunch our hair. What I really do love about Morgan is that she knows a little bit about a lot, and she really wants to learn about things. So I do love that about Morgan, and Morgan is the host of the show. So she was trying to give the girls something here.
So
It
yes,
just like doesn't
asshole.
seem like a place to start a problem. It's a towel.
It's so weird.
So why? Who was her towel hurting? And like, why take it out?
That's
Who's
what I
gonna
don't
even know?
understand. Yeah.
Who's gonna know she even has a towel with her? She's gonna use it in the bathroom or their bedroom.
Yeah, like, why does he
Yeah.
think it's weird?
Because the problem was never the towel. The problem was never the towel. The problem was never the towel. And it's hard because I keep on saying that they don't have the cultural context for it, but it's like I'm screaming at the screen like he has a lot of implicit biases inside of him. And I'm trying to be nice because I just want to call him a flat out racist. I will digress for now.
So yes, I think he's the asshole, but I'm also so curious why it's getting to him.
Yeah. So the top comment on this one,
I don't even want to get into the comments. I'm gonna keep it a bit with y'all. Like, that top comment was annoying to me because it was so upvoted and so awarded, and it was talking about all the different uses of a towel. I all of y'all is missing the point. We're gonna skip over the top comment.
One of the next comments that is like constructive is like, yep, you're the asshole. Let me count the ways. Freaking out about a towel. Going behind your significant other's back to get rid of the towel. And let's just throw some potential cultural/race angle just for fun.
Potential. Y'all, potential?
Curly/wavy haired people more likely have to have a specialized towel. So maybe there's some fun race shaming involved as well, which is, that's what I pictured. But there's like different ways that you categorize like curly or like natural hair. And if it is like one of those curlier types, like you'd need your towel.
Good job, Morgan.
I'm curious what he has to say. Like, why was he so triggered by this towel?
Truth.
I would like to know as well. Yes, we do have some comments.
Hell yeah.
Let's get into these comments from him, please.
So one of the comments, info, is your girlfriend a different race? OP goes, she's biracial, but I don't know why that matters.
She's a biracial girl. But I don't know why that matters. I mean, it's just a towel. Like, who cares? Like, I don't even like see color, man.
I wish that she told me that she was upset about the towel instead of what she's doing now. I've tried many times to apologize, but she keeps giving me the silent treatment. She told you how important her towel was to her, and you still took it out of her suitcase.
Okay, I'm gonna be done. There's not much more that we can get out of like the comments. I wanted to talk about this story so badly because I feel like it's a much bigger message. While I love that Two Hot Takes has these conversations and that they are not like afraid to shy away from them, what I will say is that I really wish that Morgan and just the Two Hot Takes team in general would have more people of color on their pod. I think Alejandra, who is a regular co-host, is Hispanic, and that is about the only person of color that I have ever seen on the show. I'm sure that it exists. This podcast is super duper old and I haven't seen every single episode, but I would love for there to be some more diversity on that show, to have somebody in the room that can talk about things like this and can bring more context to it and help people understand why this was about so much more than a towel. So from the top, the fact that this man hyper focused on the towel tells me a lot. It tells me that usually I don't think of you as black. Usually I don't have to consider you any different than me. If I had to guess, I would guess that his partner is probably white passing. And he starts out by making the point like, her hair is beautiful. Girl, please cut the shit, Chad. Like, you don't need to say like, oh my gosh, like I'm not racist. I think that black girl is beautiful. Or like, oh my gosh, I love all types of hair. Oh my gosh, curly hair is so beautiful. Cut the shit. That's number one. Number two, you don't like the fact that she has something that makes her different because it points to the fact that she has something that is slightly askew. And by slightly askew, I mean that one drop of negress blood running through her veins. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make a joke about the one drop rule, but like I'm totally guessing right now. But if I had to guess, I would say that your girlfriend is probably pretty assimilated into like whiteness, so therefore she fits into your life pretty easily. And the reason why I am making that assumption is because something as small as a towel can send you into a tailspin. That's insanity. That's clinical illness and racism mixed together. You are so upset by this towel, and it's not about the towel. It's about the fact that it symbolizes that she is colored, that she is different. You don't like it because it shatters this image that you have for yourself of who this woman really is. Because you've accepted her as your girlfriend clearly of 2 years, but it seems like when you come up against her blackness, that's where it's a big old pause for you, Bradley. And then for him to go on to say, we were going to my parents for the weekend and she packed her personal possessions, brought them over, and I was so fixated on this towel, which isn't the towel. It's about racism. It's about the fact that she's black. You were so fixated on not having her look any different than your family that you went into her personal belongings and you threw her towel out. And you keep on saying, I don't understand why it's that big of a deal. Baby, if it wasn't that big of a deal, then why do you care so much? If it really wasn't that deep, then you shouldn't be writing an entire Reddit post about how you took one of your girlfriend's possessions and threw it out. You sound delusional. You sound crazy. The fact that you were like, I don't want this woman to come around my white family and to show herself as being anything but assimilated to what my family and what I deem to be acceptable and okay. I am going to take away the thing that symbols her blackness because it differentiates itself from my whiteness, and I am uncomfortable with being juxtaposed, my whiteness to her blackness. And then also something that was hugely missed is the perspective of this girlfriend, because I'm not a mixed person. I am black. Hello, hi. But my best friend in the entire world is mixed, and I've known mixed people my entire life. And a huge conversation that I've always had with them is their inability to quite fit in with both. It's either that you're too black for the white kids or too white for the black kids. And it's very hard to find that balance. And a lot of my mixed friends that I've known have always identified with one or the other. I've only ever met one mixed person that equally identified with both once in my entire life. So taking into account this experience that this woman has had in trying to navigate her life as a mixed race woman, which is already something in and of itself, she walks into a room and she is likely fully and wholly aware of the fact that she is other. And you know how you othered her even more? By taking her things. By taking the thing that represented a part of her otherness because you didn't want to be embarrassed by her and by her otherness. And then you ask the question, is my girlfriend tripping? I think she's being dramatic. When I was listening to this, I was like, I don't understand how she made it through that entire weekend. Like, she literally played possum so hard to make it through that weekend, to not other herself further, because God forbid she get upset with you and maybe an argument ensues and then she becomes the angry black woman. Like, you have no idea the dynamics that is probably running through this woman's head. So how dare you belittle her down into it's just a towel and she's being dramatic. I wanted to use this situation as an opportunity to open up a larger conversation about the complexities of interracial dating. And I'm not going to get like wholly and fully into this because this video is unscripted, and my videos are generally not unscripted because I like to write my thoughts out. So this is just me like raw off the cuff. But there's so much complication in interracial dating. I feel sadness in my heart for this woman and having to go through this situation. If you do not know the statistic, Black women are the women that are like, we're like the lowest married, we're like the least chosen on dating apps, like by a mile. And it's because Black women are the most likely to stay dating inside of their race, while our counterparts, Black men, want nothing to do with us. I have to find the TikTok, but it was like a study that was done by Meta, who owns Facebook and Instagram. They were finding that on Facebook dating, because there's Facebook dating, that Black women were the least matched with, and that they most of the time matched with Black men.
Black women seems to have the lowest response rate between all races.
Whereas Black men were more matching with white women, Asian women, Hispanic women, and like last on the list, Black women. So I understand why it's difficult for us. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. Me being like, cue my dating in Atlanta video. And it actually makes me think of a TikTok that I saw about this young lady.
Every single suburban Black girl that grows up in a really, really white space will probably tell you the same thing. Sometimes the Black men are worse than the white people there. Because when you're in a white space and you're looking around for an ally or something, and the Black men in that space are calling you the N-word and calling you a monkey to make their white friends laugh, it's exhausting. And I'm in no way saying the white people aren't the problem, but I expected it from them. I grew up only liking white boys because they treated me like a human being, which was an upgrade from the Black men who were following me around calling me a monkey.
This TikTok really stopped me in my tracks because it made me think of things in a completely different way, because I have always dated Black men. I tried to date outside of my race. I dated a couple of white men in my life, and every single time it was a big dub because it ended up not working out, because guess what? I'm Black. And I mean, it's cute when you're in your own little bubble and you guys can love on each other in private. But then when it's time to go out and it's time for you to meet the family, now it's no longer cute. Now you're not just talking about just like a random hookup. You want to actually wife this black girl? Oh, well, now everybody's tune is changing. And after those few experiences, I decided that dating outside of my race just wasn't for me, because I did not want to have to explain certain things to my partner. I just want you to get it. And so that's the perspective that I've always held until seeing that TikTok, seeing the perspective of the black boys in my school are meaner to me than the white boys. So why would I date a black boy that's literally calling me a monkey and calling me blackie when I could date a white boy that doesn't even look at that type of stuff? That blew my mind. I mean, growing up in super duper white areas when you are one of the only black kids is always going to be hard. But I didn't think about it like that, because I was never so limited in my choices to where it was like either I date white boys or I don't date at all. I never dated people from my high school. I was always dating the black boys from the other side of town. But seeing that perspective was really eye-opening. And it's just really, really hard what black women go through when we date. All that to say that finding yourself in situations of interracially dating is very complicated, and you need to be hyper self-aware on both sides. If you are a person of color in a relationship with someone that says things like, I don't see race, that shies away from conversations about race, that makes you feel weird or bad for anything that exhibits your culture in any way, you need to go somewhere where you're accepted and where you're loved. And this is not to blame you for being in the situation. You have to make decisions based on the cards that you have been dealt in your current circumstance. So I truly do get that. But baby, I need to tell you, I need to look you in this lens and tell you, you need to go where you are loved. Do not let people say things to you like it's just a towel, because it's not just a towel. You don't respect me. You don't love me. You only love parts of me. You only love the parts of me that fit perfectly into your life, and that's not fair. You deserve somebody that's going to love you wholly and fully, and is not going to make you shrink down just because the presence of something that is unknown to them makes them uncomfortable. That is not a you problem. That is a them problem. So fuck them. Okay guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I know that this was a bit of a different format for me with my podcast mic here and then no script. Is giving no music. Be like, no music. But I kind of do like the being off script. It's kind of freeing. Again, if somehow anybody from the Two Hot Takes team is seeing this, I want to emphasize this is no hate. And y'all really did try the best that y'all could for what y'all had. It was just giving very much watching a horror movie and then you know that the killer's around the corner. You're screaming, don't go in there! And the actress on the screen goes in the room. So I had to make my voice heard, and I just wanted to use it as a teachable moment, not just to anybody on the Two Hot Takes team that is possibly seeing this, but also to anybody out there that is in an interracial relationship and feels as though they have to make themselves smaller for the person that they are with in order to fit into whatever box they have determined that you need to be in. That's fucked up, and don't let anybody do that to you, friend. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys want to see more reaction videos to different things that I find on the internet, please let me know. And if you like this more laid back type of feel, also let me know, because I'm happy to do it. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another video. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we have absolutely no time for negativity in 2021. I'll see you guys super duper soon in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.